Sean B. Stolen the building. Do you feel? You know, it's been a lot going on out here, man. It's been a lot going on out here, right? You know what I'm saying? You got Fat Joe performing out there, from what my understanding, out there in Chicago. You feel me? And we gonna get into it. Fat Joe performing out there in Chicago after his infamous interview out there, his infamous interview that he did with Matt Hoffa. You know, talking about the FBA, foundational Black Americans, that whole debacle of calling the FBAs a radical group. Yeah, we gonna get into it, man. We gonna get into it. You know what I'm saying? And on top of that, man, I gotta tell y'all, man, recently I've been getting like crazy calls, man, in Texas, of individuals, or I don't know if it's an AI, I don't know who it is, but I've been getting a lot of scamming type calls lately, man. Even text messages, y'all. I've been getting a lot of scamming type activity on my phone, man. I don't know what's going on, man. And we're going to talk about it. You know what I'm saying? Beware of the scammers out there. Do you feel? It's a lot of scamming going out there. And, you know, I don't know if it has anything to do with TikTok. I don't know, man. I just got to say, of recently, I'll say this last year or two, man, it just seemed like I just been, bombarded with just crazy type of fraudulent calls and text messages, man. But I'll tell y'all this, right? I'll tell you this. When them scammers get to texting me, I don't know who like this, but I'm the type of dude, I play into it. So I had this one person, they claim, it was this, this female, was supposed to be this Asian female somehow, right? And whoever this person is, I don't know if it was a man, a woman, I don't even know, right? But I'm the type, I play into the character. So this person started texting me and saying, oh, I was trying to text John. And I was like, oh, you got the wrong, you texting the wrong person. And they sent me a text after a couple of minutes saying that, oh, you seem like you a nice person. Do you want to continue texting? And I'm like, to myself, I'm like, okay, this don't even sound right. But I played the game, y'all. You feel me? I played the game because I'm just, if I got time, right? I played a little scamming game and see what kind of information they're going to ask me for. Because after a while, I'll keep the conversation going with a scammer. You feel me? Online, text message or whatever, right? I'll keep it going just to see when are they going to start asking me for money or my personal information. So just follow me, man. And so this person, like I said, I don't know if it was a man or a woman. You know what I'm saying? And they was texting me talking about, yeah, you seem like a nice person. Where you from? I tell them I'm from the Bay Area. And they say this person's supposed to have been this woman, right? Says she in Boston, and and she was just having a conversation with me, and I'm just like, I said first, and then after a while, I was texting a couple of times, and then I was like, okay, how do I know I'm talking to a woman? I'm only interested into biological women. You know what I mean? That's like my when I start talking to somebody and I'm not familiar who you are, just in case you trying to, set me up and sound like, oh, you was talking to a man or something. So what I like to say, to my fellas out there, you feel me? If you get in this type of situation, always say, mention that, hey, I'm only interested into biological women. You feel me? In 2025, you got to kind of lead with that. So I told him, right? I told whoever this person that was texting me, I said, I'm only interested into biological women. How can I know that you a woman? And so they start sending me pictures. I was like, okay, the pictures is cool, but how do I know it's you? And they stopped messaging me after that. You feel me? Like, man, I'm the type, I'll play the game. If they want to play the scamming game, I'll keep playing with them. And you know what I'm saying? To see what information they're going to eventually ask me for, you know? I had another scamming call. They told me they was with IRS and they said, you owe all this tax money. And if you don't send us the money, we're gonna send the police to your house. I said, really? I said, that's what you're gonna do? They was like, yeah, because you owe taxes, you need to pay this money. I said, okay, well, send the police then. You feel me? I told them to send it. And you know what I'm saying? That was 2 years ago. I'm like, bruh, but I'm saying that to say this, man. Be aware of these scammers out here, man. I don't know if these social media platforms like TikTok or anything has to do with it. I'm not saying they do, but I'm just saying y'all gotta understand. We're in a digital era. Information is being used and abused. You feel me? And so I'm the type, if I get a scammer call or a text, I'm gonna play into it and see, when it's going to get to a point to when they start asking me for money or something or my personal information. Then I start giving them like generic names and stuff. You feel me? So beware of that because I feel like it's a lot going on. It's a lot going on out here in the world, and you'd be surprised how people try to manipulate your information. So, my suggestion, definitely don't give them anything, of course. And on top of that, for me personally, I like to, keep them talking so I can see, what information they're going to ask me for, so I know how to, fight against this in the future. And smash up them likes as you come through. Smash up them likes. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. It's very important for y'all to smash up them likes and at least hit the subscribe. If you're new to my channel, I'm Sean B. Stoll. All I bring to you is nothing but good game. But smash up them likes, y'all. But anyway, we're going to talk about Joey Crack too, though. We're going to get into Joey Crack, but follow me. We got to talk about these scammers for a minute because it's a lot going on out here. And think about this too, right? With Trump being in office, I felt like during this whole process before Trump got in office, I felt like a lot of our information coming from our previous president and party, it just seemed like they was real lenient on certain information and the way they was running the country. So I think that's why I said you got to be careful because I personally feel like some of our personal information definitely is out there and you don't know what information they have. So to protect yourself, try not to give them anything extra. But what I like to do, I like to keep them talking so I can at least try to figure out, okay, who is this? What type of information they're going to be looking for or trying to ask me for. So I try to play into it in that way because, it's just good to know, okay, when you hear those conversations, they get to ask you for money or, oh, I'm with the IRS or, if you don't pay this money, it's like you want to hear the tactics that they use so you can be familiar with that because I'm telling you, these folks out here, man, these scammers, these folks trying to get your information, and especially with the AI now, you don't know how all this is going to tie in where somebody is going to try to manipulate your voice. I hate to say it, right? That's just now. This is just my opinion, but I feel like a lot of our information they're going to try to find a way to manipulate that, whether it's through AI or some type of voice recognition system. You know what I'm saying? When you talk about these scammers, so definitely protect your information as much as possible. You feel me? And if anybody calling you, especially when they talk about coming to your house, I even had someone talking about, oh man, I can lower your PG&E bill. I can lower your energy bill. Just let me come into your house and we can look over your bills. Like what? If you can lower my bill, why you need to be all in my house? You feel what I'm saying? Like you got to really think about that because you never know what information they're trying to get. You never know How are they trying to, find out what you have and, try to do something to you, in the future, or have somebody try to rob your place. So be real careful who you allow to come inside your house. You know what I'm saying? And be real leery of somebody just saying, "Oh yeah, we could lower your bill," and all these different things. You definitely want to make sure you're talking to someone, number one, that's reputable, that's connected to an actual corporation or something. You know what I mean? Don't just be giving up your information so willy nilly, because you have no idea how they're gonna try to find a way to finesse that and get you tied into something you had no idea about. You feel what I'm saying? So definitely protect yourself, protect your information, y'all. And to also help you with this a little bit better, I got this video. You know what I'm saying? I got a video for y'all. You know what I'm saying? A flipper. Stay away from these type of people. You know what I mean? You know? Let me see if we can pull this up. Wait. You see the money I have here? You see all this money? You can make twice as this, quadruple that. But you need to understand, you gotta get in business with the flipper, the tycoon flipper. See, this is the thing, right? Some people can promise you 30% return in, let's say, about 3 months. But when you come to the flipper tycoon, be aware of these type of people, man. You see how you talking about how you can flip your money and all this and that, and he try to get you in with them few dollars. I think he counting like $5, y'all. Let's see. Let's keep it going. I promise you 40% profit in 60 days. Send a wire. He say, promise you 40% in 60 days. Send a wire. Man, be aware of these individuals. I am the tycoon flipper tycoon. I was out handling my business like I normally do, and a dolphin came up to me. A dolphin came up to me and said, I was born a dolphin, and I've been flipping my whole life. Wait a minute. Hold up. Did he just say he had a conversation with a dolphin? Let's rewind this. Hold up now. Like I normally do. And a dolphin came up to me. A dolphin came up to me and said, I was born a dolphin, and I've been flipping my whole life. But I gotta tell you, tycoon, you flip more than me. And I'm a dolphin. This is what the dolphin told me, flipper tycoon, that I flip more than he does. Oh my goodness. So if a dolphin is telling you that, if a dolphin is telling me that, a dolphin, y'all, you need to be in business with me, flipper tycoon. All this money. Dude, stay away from these type of people, man. This dude just said he had a conversation with a dolphin. You say he had a conversation with a dolphin, y'all. Be aware of these scammers. This could be yours. We can triple that, quadruple that. You need to come and get in business with me. Send a wire. I'm telling you, y'all got to be careful of these type of individuals who be quick to try to sell you something. And that old saying is still true today. It's still true today. When somebody, when they tell you, if it sounds too good to be true, I'll say 99.9% of the time, it's definitely too good to be true. So stay away from people like this. He just said he had a whole conversation with a dolphin. You feel me? And some people be talking so slick to you, you don't even catch what they be saying. You just like, oh yeah, yeah, yeah. And this whole time he's scamming you the whole time. So use that for an example. You know what I mean? And just really pay attention when people get to talking those numbers to you, because It's all different type of scammers out there. You know what I mean? There's different type of scammers, there's different people trying to take advantage of you. And even though this was a skit, okay, it was a skit. I mean, come on now. It wasn't hard to figure that out. That was just a skit. But overall, the whole point of that is to tell you, you just got to really pay attention to what people say, especially when they're trying to sell you something or want you to invest into something. Use your common sense. If somebody tell you, hey man, 60 days, I'm gonna pay you triple what you give me. That's better than any bank. That's better than, any type of investment you can do in general. You would never get that type of return in that short of time. So when somebody telling you something that sounds real good and too good to be true, I'll say 99.9% of the time they are correct. It is too good to be true. So you got to be careful with that. You feel me? Because you don't know if you're talking to somebody from another country that's really out here struggling. You know what I'm saying? And they see you as, oh, okay, you American. They trying to find a way to finesse you. So you got to be careful with that and understand that, not everybody is really looking out for your best interest. They just really looking out for themselves. You feel me? So pay attention. Pay attention. The flippers is out there. Stay away from the people talking about the dolphins. You know what I mean? Oh yeah, you know what I mean? He talking about flip more than a dolphin. So be aware of that. You feel me? And look, y'all, Fat Joe, we gonna get into it, man. We gotta get into Fat Joe, Joey Crack. And it's like, I did a live a couple of weeks ago about this. I was talking about Joey Crack, Fat Joe. And my whole theme back then is the same today. I think that, excuse me, I think that Fat Joe really, for one, he still has not apologized to the black community, FBAs, whatever you want to say, right? Like, no matter who you are, no matter what race you are, I respect you. I know I'm a born and raised American. I may have come from Africa, just might. I don't know. But what I can tell you is that all the people I grew up with, everyone that I have been around my whole life, my father's life, my mother's life, my great great uncle life, you know what I'm saying? We all grew up in America. So for people wanting to be recognized for their lineage, not some type of tribe or a radical bunch, none of that. You feel me? Just people want to be recognized for what they helped create in the United States. Just like I'm pretty sure if you're a Jamaican, you want to be recognized for being a Jamaican, even if you're in America, right? You know what I'm saying? If you're from Japan, even though you're in America, but your family come from Japan, you want to recognize your lineage from Japan. I just feel like everybody in the world get to represent their lineage, but when African Americans or Black Americans, I should say, excuse me, when Black Americans want to be recognized for their lineage, why is this such a big issue? You feel me? Like, that's the part I truly don't understand. Because I'm not here to tell a Puerto Rican what they are or are not. I'm not here to tell, you know what I'm saying, somebody that come from Mexico what they are and what they not. I feel like that's your legal right to choose for you to represent who your people are. You know what I mean? So everybody get to represent their lineage, but when Black Americans want to do it, oh, that's evasive. That doesn't make sense. Why are you trying to separate everybody? And it's like, hold up. It's like if you from Kenya, you're from, you from Uganda, you from Ghana, you from South Africa, you know what I mean? East Africa, wherever you from, you get to represent your lineage, but then you have Black Americans saying, hey, yeah, we may have originally came from Africa, but we've been in America so long, all we know is America. And they want to be recognized for that because what they help establish and build in this country. Why is that such an issue? That's the part that has me completely confused. I feel like it shouldn't be an issue. Nobody is trying to make it a race thing. You feel me? You just want to be recognized for what they have contributed, built, and let's be honest, never received. Right? So I'm saying that to say this. When I think of Fat Joe and what he said, you know what I'm saying, on Math Hoffa show about the FBA being a radical bunch, a whole bunch of broke individuals, right? It just kills me. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't make sense to me personally. It doesn't make sense. And so to hear that Fat Joe recently was booed at a concert in Chicago, I got a clip. I'm going to play it in just a few moments here. And I think that people like Fat Joe don't truly understand what this FBA is, in the sense of it's not a radical bunch. It's just Black Americans want to be recognized for what they are and is for America. You feel me? So I don't get it. I mean, if you come from from Germany, you come from, you know what I'm saying? You could come from a complete different country, become a US citizen, and you still want to represent your lineage, and nobody has a problem with nobody else doing that except when you get to Black Americans. Like, really? I'm just completely, I don't get it at all. You know what I mean? I truly don't understand that. You know, and is that part of the scam? I'm talking about scammers, right? I'm talking about how how you get them calls, them, you know what I'm saying, them fraud calls. Even the iPhone even getting smart too, because it says potential fraud or possible fraud call. That's what the ID says. You know what I mean? So is that the issue? Is it a lot of other, folks trying to act like they're a certain lineage? You feel me? For their own personal gain, but they really frauds? Is that what's happening? Is that's the biggest issue, where folks don't want Black Americans to recognize their lineage, so because everybody else can finesse it and you know you, you fraud with their activities in reference to naming themselves a minority, or you know what I mean? It's like, come on, man, what are we really talking about, and why is this such a big issue? Do you You know what I'm saying? Like, really, let's keep it real. Let's keep it real. It said deck gamer. Let's see. They got a blacks feel the same way as whites. The blacks have all kinds of clubs, such as BET, Black Businessmen clubs, the Black, let's see, Caucus, etc., etc. Let the whites try that. Oh, now we have a problem. Well, I mean, I wouldn't say there's a problem. I mean, white folks have a lot of different things too already. I don't. That's kind of divisive a little bit. I would say a little bit, because it's like, hold up, bro. What you mean? What do the whites don't have? You can't say that they don't have clubs already. They have colleges. Let's be honest. Businessmen, really? So I think that's you not being genuine when you make this statement, Decker gamer, a deck gamer. You're not being honest, my friend. Not being honest. You feel me? Because you know how many clubs? You want to go through history about that? Come on now. So don't be disingenuous when you speak on things such as that, my friend. You know? I'm just saying. Matter of fact, you know what I mean? I even let me see. Let me put the link up in here just in case anybody want to come up here and chop up some game. Hey man, I'll put that in there as well. If anybody want to come up here, you feel me? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying, and that's my whole thing, man. I just feel like too many people, are quick to make certain type of statements, and it's funny, right? Because the same thing with this, with Deck Gamer. Like, do you go into anybody else that's talking about their lineage and say the same thing? Or is it just the FBA conversation? This is such a big stickler. You feel me? Is that the big stickler? I'm just saying, man. So don't be afraid, man. You know what I mean? You want to come up here? I drop the link. Anybody want to chop it up? But I do want to play this clip though, because I think Fat Joe out here wilding, and it looked like he's definitely not getting the response I think that he was looking for. Oh my goodness, man! As soon as the song come on, too, man. As soon as the record come on, that's the first thing they do. They start booing the man. Sheesh, man. And this supposed to be out there in Chicago, y'all. This is supposed to be in Chicago. They booing him in Chicago as soon as the record come on. Sheesh. Look at that. As soon as he come out, they already booing him, man. Come on, man. See, this is the thing, right? I guarantee you Fat Joe did not expect this to turn into what it has turned into. I definitely don't think he expected this. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't understand the power, don't understand the togetherness, because you hear so much negativity about Black Americans. Let's be honest. You know what I mean? And one thing I've been saying too, if you've been a subscriber for a while, if you pay attention to what I say and what I'm saying, the type of topics I discuss, I always say that there is a tide changing in America, especially when you talk about Black Americans and in America. You know what I'm saying? A lot of that old school, what the grandmothers and the uncles used to do back in the days, even how they voted. If you haven't paid attention, that's one reason why Trump got elected, is that a lot of folks that's my age, look at this, man. Let me come back up here. Hold up. Let me get back on the screen here. Hold up now. Let me get back up here. But I want to say this, right? A lot of people don't understand that, or they starting to get the understanding, and it has been a shift in America. And I recognized this a couple of years ago. It's just now you get to see the results of it when you talk about the voting block, when you talk about people wanting to represent their lineage. There's a shift because guess what? I'm in my 40s, right? I grew up hip hop my entire life. My entire life, that's my number one genre of music. Outside of R&B, a little rock too. You feel me? I like a little rock and roll. I ain't gonna lie. But my majority, my primary music that I listened to growing up and still do is hip hop. That's what I grew up as. When I was coming up as a young mustache, you feel me? You used to hear so many different things, how rap, in the 80s. Oh, it was kind of like we were going from the era of our parents' music. You know what I'm saying? We was coming from the era of our parents, the Marvin Gaye's type records, you feel me? The Barry Whites, the You know what I'm saying? The Temptations, Isley Brothers, they still doing their thing. But we was kind of like transitioning where we grew up listening to our parents' music, right? And then this hip hop thing start cracking. You feel me? Where now we was taking some of those records that our parents used to listen to and start scratching them. You know what I mean? On the turntables. Then they start making, sampling the records and, in the rap songs. And even back then, it was kind of taboo to a degree because a lot of folks back then didn't expect hip hop to last this long. That is a true statement. I know y'all probably heard that if been in the hip hop music for a while. Back then, especially I'll say for me, the 80s, I mean the 70s, I was a little baby, so but the late 80s, early 90s, as the 90s came around, and that's when your Tupac start cracking, you know what I'm saying? Uh you really start to see hip hop start to evolve financially. Cause no disrespect though, a lot of the rappers from the 80s and the 70s wasn't really getting paid. I mean, LL Cool J, if y'all go and do your research, he spoke on this. A lot of them wasn't getting paid like that back in the days. But around I would say the Death Row era, you want to talk, everybody want to talk crazy about Death Row. But one thing I give it up, man, salute to Reggie Wright. You know what I'm saying? What Death Row was doing, they was taking care of their artists. Now, of course, paperwork on the back end. Hey, that might be a different conversation, but based on what I, research I've done and listening to people like Reggie Wright, they used to take care of the artists to, the best of their ability. And that was a lot better than what the 80s was doing. And of course, the 70s. You know what I mean? So I'll say from the 90s, then you get into the early 2000s, the hip hop scene just completely got commercialized. And then it ballooned to where we at today. But I'm just saying that to say this. It's funny how people want to be recognized for the things that they created, right? And then for everybody else to have an issue with it. So when you think of people like Fat Joe, Joey Crack, it's very wild for me to see somebody like him who say grew up hip hop, he digging in the crates and all this stuff. But look, you fast forward and you see Fat Joe today, and you like, wow, how can you say this about Black Americans when Black Americans was your primary fan base when you was coming up? When you talk about you was hanging with Digging in the Crates crew, and a lot of those guys, from my understanding, was all Black Americans, right? So for you to say the FBA is a radical bunch and they're broke, it's like, wow. You never thought hip hop would make it this far, do you? Now you see Fat Joe in Chicago looking like this. You see Fat Joe in Chicago looking like this, man. Sounding like this. You can't even hit a record. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, man. See, you got to be careful, man. You got to be careful, especially here in America. I can't speak for other countries, but here in America, once you do a certain level of disrespect, it's hard for you to recover from that as we watch this. You know what I'm saying? I guarantee you Fat Joe didn't expect this to happen like this. And if this really did happen in Chicago, what was you thinking, Joey Crack? What was you thinking? You thought you was going to get away with saying what you said and never apologize? Because let's be honest, y'all. Let's be honest. If Fat Joe said this to any other group or lineage of people, you think he would have came with an apology by now? Do you think he would have, you know, said that he was, sorry for this, or he was looking to be educated from that, or let me donate some money here? You get what I'm saying? You following, you know what I mean? You picking up what I'm putting down right now? Huh? If this was any other group or a lineage of people, you really think Fat Joe would be quiet and think he could just go into a pretty much a primary black area without acknowledging his wrongdoing in the process? Do you? But see, to me, all this really shows is what they really think of you. This is what it shows. Fat Joe, to me, at first I was going to leave this alone because I did a video a couple of weeks ago. So it ain't like I've been on this topic every day. You feel me? This is my first video in a while talking about Joey Crack. And I was going to leave this alone, right? I was going to leave it alone. I wasn't even going to discuss this. I'm like, man, I'm done with it. I said my piece. You know what I'm saying, on the last video. But I was like, you know what? He felt so comfortable to go to Chicago. He felt so comfortable. He just knew he was going to get on that stage and put on that Chris Brown record that he got. And it was going to be cracking. They was going to forget about everything. And this all you heard. You know what I'm saying? Like, let this be a warning. Let this be a warning. And if you notice, if this clip is real, even if it ain't even real, you know what? Even if this clip is AI, just for somebody putting this together and wanting to make a statement to Joey Crack, it was well needed. And for us, especially people my age bracket, we wasn't around when hip hop was first invented in a sense of having, direct contact with it. So we can't change what happened back in the days. But if you haven't paid attention, from the voting block, you feel me? The political parties, now into hip hop, if you haven't recognized the pattern here, there has been a shift. A lot of that old school mentality and letting stuff just slide, water under the bridge, it's not happening no more. It's not happening. This ain't your grandma's. You know what I'm saying? This ain't your grandma house back in the days. This ain't your great uncle, you know what I mean? Telling you, hey man, you need to do it this way, do it that way. No. If you 40 plus, you now the OGs. You feel me? And if you grew up like how I grew up, hip hop, you love this culture. But at the same time, you're not a fool either. Because you've seen how the artist was treated back in the days, not owning a masters. My whole YouTube channel, you feel me? I run this like I'm basically an independent artist, but I'm no dummy. You feel me? Do your Googles on me and you'll find out who owned this. You feel me? Because I came in this game, I didn't come in this game broke either. But at the same time, if it ever pop off and it really balloon to something big, you're going to have to talk to the owner and you're looking at him. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying that a lot of my blueprint and what I do is based on what I seen the negatively that happened to hip hop artists. Because if you're a YouTuber, you're a content creator, it's all in the same, it's in the same vein of hip hop in the sense of a microphone, in the sense of how you wear your glasses, wear your hat, the bucket hat. Where you think this came from for me? You feel me? This still part of hip hop, whether they want to be acknowledged that way or not. It is. You feel me? And so, based on the people who came before me and recognizing the flaws of what they did or didn't, was uneducated about, I said, hey, man, if I'm going to start my YouTube channel, I'm going to make sure I got certain business, you feel me, trademarks in place. Can't say you in business and you don't know nothing about the business, do you? I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. But back to the point. I think Fat Joe just got way too comfortable. And he felt like because he'd been in the game so long and he probably got away with a whole bunch of things because it seemed like he's real comfortable, you know what I mean, speaking the way he speaks, right? And I got to say, some of y'all East Coast cats, y'all got to take some of the blame on this too. Yeah, I got to take some of this blame. Because he was in your backyard first. And definitely don't seem like nobody ever tested him or at least pulled him to the side. You know what I mean? Maybe you have recently, but I'm just saying in general, right? Just to holler at him like, hey, man, that ain't cool to say certain things, Because even with Melly Mel, man, I didn't expect Melly Mel to come out here and say what he said. And then if you watch a Tariq Nasheed, hip hop, who started hip hop documentary, Melly Mel was on there talking a whole different tune than what he's saying today. So did somebody come and hit him off with that bag? You feel me? Slid him a few dollars. Do you? That's what it seemed like. So Melly Mel, somebody must have slid you a bag, huh? That's all it take, huh? I get it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't know what your situation is, but we all have our ups and downs. You feel me? I'm just saying. Shout out to It's Me, Lisa Lee. Appreciate you. You in the building. One of my regulars in there. What's up? What's up? I just had to go on a little rant real quick just to chop it up and really break a few things down because, you know, it's a new day. It's a new day out here, man. And things won't change overnight, but it's good to see that people are coming together to not allow or to voice their opinion about certain situations where it's involving, politics, uh, your hip hop artists. I just appreciate people really standing up for what they believe in overall. Because for a long time, because, for those who don't understand, a lot of the social media is still new in the sense of when I was coming up, we didn't have all this. So a lot of average people, regular people, didn't have this type of access. So that's why I'm a big fan of social media platforms. Of course, you're going to have some bad apples, but that's in anything. You know what I mean? When you go to work every day, not everybody on your job is trying to do the right thing. You feel me? Some people trying to get over, some people trying to get paid and not work as much. Some people trying to finesse the medical side, how they can try to stay out and still get the maximum unemployment check. So let's just, let's keep it real, man. A couple of bad apples don't spoil the whole bunch. You feel me? So I'm just saying, man. And I just think that I don't think Fat Joe expected this to go down the way it went down. And that's the reason why he was in Chicago looking like this. You feel me? I mean, it was booing hard too, y'all. I don't know. I don't think this ain't no AI, man. This seems like this is real, y'all. It seems like it's real. Shout out to Chi-Town, man. Shout out to Chi-Town, man. I mean, they was on this, it was on his head top. They was trying to pump up the crowd, like, go, 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 it's Joey Crack. They wasn't trying to hear none of that. Shout out to Chi-Town. Look, he's ready to take the jacket off. Like, man, hold up, man. Let me get informed, man. Let me get informed. They ain't knowing. You know what I mean? I'm about to drop these hits on them. Sheesh. Joey, man. Joey Crack. Say it ain't so, man. Say it ain't so. Smash up them likes, y'all. Y'all come on in. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. If you're new to my channel, I am Sean B. Stoller. Only thing I bring to you is nothing but good game. Smash up them likes, y'all, man. It's looking wild out here, man. And I didn't even see, you know what? We're gonna look and see. His album came out, right? Let's see how many units did he sell, man. I mean, who think that this album did any numbers, man? What you think he did? What, 50,000, 100,000? How much did he sell, y'all? What y'all think? I'm curious to see if anybody, what y'all think, how many records you think he sold. Let's see, y'all. What's up, Queen Shay? Okay, are you working from home tonight? Okay. What's up, Shay? Yeah, let's see. We about to find out. Let me look into this. Hold up. Let's see. How many records? Let's see. Okay, hold on. They're trying to bring up. They're trying to bring up some old stuff. I'm trying to see what his new album. What is his new album called? I don't even know what his new album is called. Oh, whoa, hold up. Check this out, y'all. I wanted to pull this up, right? I just pulled this up. Can y'all see that? Let me see if I can. It says that this came off of Yahoo, right? This was April 5th, 2024. So last year it says Fat Joe says he still owes money to his former record label for his 2001 album. I sold 2 million records and still ain't recouped. Hold on, let me see. What was the name of that album? What's the name of his new album? Trying to find it out, y'all. Hold up. They still talking about Jealous One, Still Envy. That ain't his new album, no. Hold up. Let me pull it up this way. Bear with me. I'm trying to find his new album. Anybody know what his new album called? Man, it's not even coming up. Sheesh. I thought he just dropped the album, yo. And I'm looking at this thing. It's not even coming up. Where's the new album at? Uh, let's see. I'm just trying to find the albums. Where the albums at? Okay, here we go. Oh, this is this. Okay, The World Changed on Me. That's the name of it. Oh, okay. Trying to see what the record sales look like. The world changed on me. So let's see. Hold up. Let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. Let me go back. The world. It's a great title though. Definitely for what he's talking about changed on me. I don't even think it came up. They don't even tell you what it's. They don't even tell you what the sales look like on here or nothing, man. Okay, hold on. Let me see. Backwards. Man, they don't even tell you what this thing. You probably think them probably done went woods, y'all. This thing ain't sold no. I can't pull up no sales. I can't pull up nothing. He said the world switched up on me. It said yeah, I think it was called the world changed on me. I can't even find no sales on this thing. I can't find nothing, man. This is a horrible album. Yeah, this title is fitting for him. You right, because that's why I'm looking it up. I'm like, man, I can't find nothing on this at all. I mean, sales wise, I mean, shows the album, but I don't see nothing about the sales. Let's see if we go here. Oh, that's Spotify. Yeah, I can't find nothing with no sales on here or nothing, man. This thing probably went double wood, y'all. It went double wood. Ain't nobody copping this. I mean, I can't find nothing on here. I don't even know. Let me see. Let me do it like this. Trying to see if I can find a way to link to. Yeah, all I pull up is his old stuff. Yeah, it's just not giving me nothing, man. I can't find. I don't think nobody even showing this yet. You ain't lying, Queen Shay. He a nobody because you can't even pull nothing up on this thing. Let me take this. I can't even for no sales, no nothing, man. I don't. Matter of fact, I don't even know one person that's playing that album. Not even one. And you know what? I was thinking about even with that Lean Back record, he had mentioned something about how, folks from the South was biting his style. And shout out to the franchise boys, because they've been talking about Lean Back way before Fat Joe, and that was popular before he even came up with that record. So for him to say that, it just shows the disconnect. You know what I'm saying? It shows the disconnect on that right away. So it's like, hold up, you even got a bigger disconnect. So let me see something, y'all. Bear with me. We're gonna go down a rabbit hole on this one. I'm gonna see if I can find this clip. Let me see if I can find this. Let's see. Just bear with me. What's the franchise boys? Lean Back conversation. Yeah, because I know this years ago. I'm bringing up some old stuff when Fat Joe was trying to say that. Yeah, man, they came up. He came up with the Lean Back, and folks from the South was biting their style, but that wasn't. He wasn't telling the whole truth. Let me see. Hold up. Oh, man, I'm just like, come on, man. I can't find the clip, y'all. But Fat Joe, he got a rude awakening, though. He got a rude awakening. Look at that. He thought he was gonna be back in action. Everybody was gonna be on him. He thought that what nobody is like, oh man, they forgot about that. You feel me? Those all the brokies, man. That's all the brokies over there. So, with me, I'm Fat Joe. I came up with gotta flow, Joe. Gotta let them know, Joe. I came up with the flow, Joe. You know what I'm saying? I know I had all the FBAs on all my hit records, but this is me right here. This is me. That's Flo Joe right here. This is Flo all the way right here. This is Flo Joe. You know what I mean? This is Flo Joe from the beginning. Come on, Flo Joe. gotta let him know, Joe. Gotta Flo Joe. Let him know, Joe. Okay. You got Flo Joe. See, he thought he could just slide out to Chicago because he's still on the East Coast. And he like, man, I know my East Coast brother's gonna hold me down. You feel me? Them FBAs, that's some LA cats, man. That's some cats out on the West Coast. I'm big East Coast, man. Bronx. The boogie down Bronx and all that, right? So he figured, it should be cool. I'm Fat Joe. Gotta flow, Joe. Gotta let him know, Joe. Oh my goodness. Gotta let him know, Joe. Gotta flow, Joe. Gotta. Hey, look, he even swinging their arms around. He like, man, y'all supposed to be into this, man. I'm on the East Coast, this big East Coast. Y'all supposed to hold me down. That's them brokies out there on the West Coast, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm Big Joe, Joey Crack. You know what I'm saying? That couldn't do diddly, Italy, a little Italy. You feel me? There's Joey Crack, man. And this is on the East Coast, man. Shout out to Chicago, man. You know what I mean? Shout out to Chi-Town, man. You know what I mean? Because, hey, man, somebody had to let him know, man. Flo Joe can't do it no more, Joe. You might want to go in the house, Joe. Gotta lay it down, Joe. Go ahead and take a nap, Joe. It's over with, Joe. Gotta float, Joe. Man, they on this helmet. They on this helmet tough. He just knew it was about to go down. He like, oh yeah, I'm about to get him. I'm about to kill him with this. I got the Chris Breezy record playing. It's about to go down. Look, man. This is the thing, right? This is the thing. Like I keep saying, man, it's a new day. It's a new era out here. When you talk about Americans, when you talk about not only that, being recognized, no longer you have to go to the big platforms and, you know, these big time, you know, social media entities. You know, now you can really talk to who you want to talk to, listen to who you want to listen to. And my point of view is my point of view. So it's like, unfortunately, not everybody got the memo. Unfortunately, people like Fat Joe, you know, think that just because the hit records that he had, the, you know, the connections that he may have, especially when you talk about politics, right? Because don't forget, you know, that Fat Joe and a lot of others, you know what I'm saying? They definitely picked a side on when it came to politics, right? And so a lot of people recognize that. And a lot of people are tired of politics. That's why another reason I personally believe that's why Trump won, because so many Americans are just tired of that same old process. Vote for me. You're not black if you don't vote for me. You know what I'm saying? Here goes some chicken nuggets and some fish fries and a couple of orange sodas and some Kool-Aid. You feel me? Y'all niggas good now. You feel me? Here goes some Kool-Aid. Dude, don't worry about it, man. Don't worry about them diabetes. And I think just overall, people are just tired of the same old process. And not only that, people taking people for granted. And that is true. You know, some people will still take people for granted, but not like they used to. You know, the old school way of doing things, if you haven't noticed, it's dying off. You know, a lot of folks is just tired of that, the routine of how things used to go. And just because you elevate to a certain status in life, if you ain't right or if you don't get the people behind you, this is what happened to you. You know what I mean? This is what happened. You know what I'm saying? This is what happened. You looking like this, man. You need the people behind you. You need people behind you, especially when you want the people to buy your product, especially when you want the people to buy your music, download your music, buy the merchandise, come see you at a concert. You feel what I'm saying? Remember, when you do music, when you in the entertainment business, who are you entertaining? The public, the people online. If you're a public servant, that's what it is. When you do, when you entertain people, you basically a public servant to a degree, right? Which I'm not saying it's a bad thing. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying you can't sit here and do a service for the people, but at the same time, you want to talk reckless to the people. You want to disrespect the people. You want to treat the people like they less than by the words that you choose to use. Do you? And I think Fat Joe just didn't get the memo, y'all. He didn't get the memo. You know what I mean? He want to lie about the memo that he received. So smash up them likes, y'all. Smash up them likes. Hit that subscribe button if you're new to my channel. I'm Sean B. Stoller, if you're not familiar. And I just think that overall, this is just the beginning. There's more to come. And I just think the people, just like how people spoke for who they wanted to vote for, you know, I think people are starting to draw their line in the sand as well when you talk about hip hop and, you know, who they want to build up and also who they want to tear down. It's starting to happen right in front of you. You know? Another question is how Drake is going to do. You feel me? Whenever Drake decide to drop his album, what he going to look to do? You feel me? Because even though Drake haven't done what Fat Joe has done, he's still indirectly put himself right into the fire as well. Excuse me. He definitely put himself in the fire as well in the sense of his movements, filing lawsuits. You know, when I think about Drake, you know, I think about the Super Bowl that's coming up. And a couple of people have said it. I said it before, and I agree. I think that even when you think about somebody like Drake, I think that he really hate that Not Like Us record so much that he's trying to find a way to get the NFL not to allow Kendrick to perform that record. I don't think he's going to be successful, but I personally feel like that's another reason why he's putting these lawsuits out there. Because, you know, a lot of people, you know, they want to say, oh, no, he's trying to sue UMG. He's not coming after Kendrick, but he is coming after Kendrick. You know what I'm saying? By him filing these lawsuits, I'm pretty sure in my mind, the way I read it is that he's trying to affect the NFL and show them that, hey, man, you know, this record is completely false. And, you know, the record is saying this, is saying that. None of this is true. And why would you allow him to perform this? I could see Drake saying all this, or at least his lawyer saying that. You feel what I'm saying? So when he says not coming at Kendrick, it is coming at Kendrick indirectly, but it's still coming at Kendrick because he's still named in the lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? He's still named in the lawsuit in reference to, He's trying to say bots was put on the record, illegal streams. And so it all ties into the Not Like Us record. So overall, I just think that what Drake is trying to do is not have the NFL, not try to make them feel like it would be very uncomfortable or could be a legal battle for them if they allow Kendrick to perform that record. And I'm like, Drake, you lost the battle, bro. It's over, bro. All this just to prove what? You know what I mean? It's still not going to change the outcome. It's still not going to change people's point of view or what they think of you. And now that you have filed the lawsuit, I think that people are going to look at you with a side eye even more, Drizzy Drake. And that's why I personally feel, even on the Drake level, forget the Bulls. I think that Drake has a possibility where his career might be done. I'm not saying it is, but the movements that he's making, it definitely doesn't look promising. I can tell you that. And if for him to be coming at the major label, right? For him to be coming at the major label the way that he's doing it, remember, it's not that many major labels that's left, y'all. I don't know if y'all really know that for those who've been following, these record labels in the sense of how they've been consolidating and laying off and adding on this, taking away that. It's only so many major labels. So what's the next option for Drake? To go independent? Is he really to spend he ready to spend those millions of dollars? You feel me? So I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Would you say, Shay? Drake just hating and acting like a little, yeah, he is acting like a little breezy. That's for sure though. You feel me? Drake definitely acting like a little biatch. You know what I mean? He's definitely acting like a breezy 110%. He really is. And it's sad though. Cause who would have thought Drake would have went out this bad though? That's why I personally feel like Drake don't have nothing left in the tank. When you talk about uh coming with hit records, I feel like he may have threw all his darts as well. You know what I'm saying? I think that's what it is. And the people he got writing for him, he might need a new writer team if that's true. You know what I mean? If he have writers, he might need to get a whole new crew. You feel me? But I just think overall, I think Drake career might be over, man. Cause think about it. Even if he do sign the deal, who said that they are going to promote him and push his album the way they used to, especially when he talking about, Kendrick having fake streams or, you know what I mean, fake engagements or whatever. So I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I think Drake, he might be finished, y'all. He just might. You know what I'm saying? He just might. He's gonna be performing. Him and Fat Joe should form a group, man. You know what I mean? They need to be in a group. They need to be in a group together, man. What's the group name? Fat Joe and Drake. What they gonna call themselves? Huh? What kind of group name you think they should call it? Excuse me, that'd be funny. Drake and Fat Joe in the group. uh Call themselves the light skinned bunnies. You feel me? Oh my goodness, man. I'm just saying, man. I'm just saying. You know? Oh my goodness, man. Well, look, you know, but I want to thank y'all tonight. I will be back tomorrow night. I just wanted to come on here because it's been a few nights I haven't went live. So I was like, let me get on here and do my 1, 2 and chop it up with my folks, you know. But I think overall though, I think uh I think Fat Joe didn't recognize the power, didn't understand what he's truly up against. And that's why he felt so comfortable saying what he said. And now he has to deal with the after fact of that situation. You know what I mean? So I want to thank y'all for watching this live tonight. I will be live tomorrow. So please tap in with me. Make sure you hit that like, hit that subscribe, and go back and watch a lot of my other videos. You know, I definitely this is kind of like the part 2 of my last video I did a couple of weeks ago about Fat Joe. So you can go back and check that out. Offer a lot of different content as well, you know. So make sure y'all tap into a lot of my other videos. I did a couple of videos. One the Game of Life Part 2. That's, you know, a lot of people like that one. Um and I just dropped one of my I definitely think my last video was actually a good one. The miscalculation of life. Definitely worth checking out. So, you know, check out my content, you know, and I appreciate y'all tonight. So thank you for watching this live. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Queen Shay, definitely one of my regulars there. It's me, Lisa Lee, and even Deck Gamer. I'm not familiar with you, but you welcome. Uh Miss Malika, Mika, excuse me, I'm sorry, Malika. Miss Mika Jones, salute to you as well. And appreciate you tapping in with me tonight. So y'all have a good night. I will be live tomorrow. Take care. Till next time. Peace, y'all. Peace, Shay.